So you run and you run to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking, racing around to come up behind you again. The sun is the same in a relative way, but you are older, shorter of breath, and one day closer to death. Well, these are such beautiful lines from one of my favorite songs of Pink Floyd that I thought it would only be appropriate to start my video on time with these beautiful lines. So, on the PEP Talk today, I'm going to talk about time, and not time management or prioritization. I'm going to only talk about time. This topic found relevance through centuries. Thousands of years before, philosophers and wise men discussed about time. Even in modern times, in this age, we find it very important to understand, to so-called manage time. And I'm sure even 100 years or 1000 years down the line, people will still be finding an answer to this very, very philosophical topic of time. So we're just going to throw some light on this beautiful topic today. In the industrial age, industrial revolution times in the 70s, we found efficiency as one word which helped us to manage time. People talked about getting efficient at work, trying to do more in less time, trying to get more training. But down the line, even in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, people talked about a new theory, and they come up with a concept of prioritization, which was nothing but basically making a to-do list and then trying to select the most important thing to be done first, and then subsequently doing the rest of the things as per the level of importance. Basically, they were trying to juggle with different things in a particular day, and it really didn't help, because if it did, I wouldn't be sitting here making this video for you, neither would you be paying such keen attention to listening to this video right now. So we need to find a third angle to it, and that is what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to find a new concept of multiplication of time. So in a day, we have 24 hours, we have 1440 minutes, we have 86,400 seconds, and that's not going to change at any cost. But what we do, what can I do in this time so that in the future my time is multiplied? I get value for things and make more time for myself through the actions I take now. That is the question which leads me into today's video. And basically, saying a no is so difficult. There are so many choices that we have today, but I can't say no. If I say no to something, I choose to do something else. And so saying no will help you to do what is more important for the future. And then you get something out of that. For example, if you go and try to automate your bill payments, today it will take 2 hours of time, 3 hours of time. And you are basically choosing these 3 hours and not choosing something else to do during that time. But down the line, 2-3 months down the line, you will not have to go in the queue or sit in the system to pay the bills. So you basically, those 3 hours will come back slowly, and down the line, 1 year, 2 years, you'll actually not be doing this manual payments, and then you will multiply your time. So saying a no to something is very important. Automation of things are very important, and of course if you can delegate your work to somebody, then you can also get more time for your work that you want to do right now. So when we all think about life, we also need to think that one day we'll die. Now, if we die one day, that means we don't have a lot of time. We do not have a lot of time. Why I say this is, when I ask myself a question, and I ask myself that why do we work so hard? Why do we work so hard if I have to die, if we have to all die one day? The reason is exactly that we are trying to do so many things in our lifetimes. That is why we are working hard. And if I ask people, normally people say that time is money. Now, when you say time is money, you are actually devaluing money. You are making time a very cheap commodity. Very cheap. Because I understood this from an incident when I met a friend of mine who was basically a doctor. And he used to come and sit with me for a cup of coffee once in a while. One day I saw he was quite fidgety, he was restless. So I looked at him and asked, Alfred, what happened? Why are you so fidgety and you don't feel good? What happened? He said, you know what, just that I hate wasting time. And he looked at me. I said, what do you mean? He said, as we speak, we sit here, I speak with you, I'm basically wasting my time. I could have earned 2000 rupees an hour if I sit in my chamber and look at my patients. And I tell this to my daughter and son also. So I hate wasting time. When I heard this, he too wanted to say that time is money. And I'm afraid that he also devalued time. Time is much more costlier than money itself. Because we don't live forever. Unlike a marine tortoise who lives for 150 years. We don't. So if you have this mentality of devaluing money, and you will have a feeling of being agitated most of the time. You will have a kind of rush hour all the time, and you will be less happy. You will be less happy, trust me, in your life, and you will become more greedy because nothing else will matter to you. So managing time is not quite possible. It's not quite possible. The real question is money the real value of time? If we think so, then once again I repeat, we are devaluing it, because we have a lot of time, but not for eternity. Now let's understand one thing. Can we manage time? As I said, I don't think so we can actually manage time. When people say that, I'm sorry, I don't have time, I'm busy, trust me, when people say I don't have time, it's the biggest lie. Who didn't have time? Our great grandfathers. There was no washing machine, no refrigerator to store food, there were no fast moving trains and flights. If they would have said, we could have still believed. With today's day and age, with technology and all the fast moving transportation and mobile phones and all these things, if you still say that you don't have time, I think you are lying. You are tricking yourself to believing that you are not free, because you're not making the right choices probably. And that is what is scaring you to give your time to others. Thank you friends for watching this video. My name is Sudeep Nag. I am a corporate trainer. My number is 80172-05457. Email address nagsudeep08@gmail.com. Have a wonderful day and see you once again on the PEP Talk very soon. Cheers.